So I got the instrument cluster out of the dash. What I'm going to do now, I have a tachometer that I'm going to put in there. So that's going to go right here. And then I also bought a GPS speedometer. It's a Speed Hut. And I got all these things pre-owned off of eBay to kind of save a little bit of money. That's going to go right in the middle. These aren't the exact ones that I obviously want for the car. I had some Speed Hut gauges that I was gonna buy, a tach and a speedometer that match, that are, I think they're like 3.5 inch diameter, will fit really nice in there, but altogether that was like $450. And I got this one for like 50 bucks, and I got that one for like a 25 bucks or something. So they're gonna function the same way, it's just not gonna look ideal because they're not gonna match these, because the ones I was gonna get had black bezels and the gauges all matched, and same with this. But this will work, and it's what I have, and I just need something to be able to see how fast I'm going and the RPM, because I have nothing right now. So anything's better than nothing. So we're gonna do that. And then I also bought a proportioning valve for the rear brakes, and so we're gonna get the rear brakes hooked up finally, which the calipers are sitting over here, and I'm gonna need to take the axles out of the rear housing to get all that to work. But I also bought some seat belts. So I got 6 seat belts to put in there. These are the ones that we're doing, and yes, they're orange and they don't match the car at all, and I don't really care. I bought orange because I like orange, my favorite color, and I'm gonna put them in there. And I also bought spindles, new spindles for the front. And the reason I did this, these are stock height spindles, and the ones that are on there now are 2-inch drop spindles. And I'm still not 100% sure if I'm going to use the ones that I bought. I think what I'm going to do is cut the springs a little bit to make the ride height correct. Well, not really the ride height, but if you look under here, the lower control arm is supposed to be 100% horizontal to the ground, and right now it's not. It is sloping kind of like that. So I need to cut the spring so it comes up a little bit, which is going to lower the whole ride height of the car. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy different tires that have a thicker sidewall, so it'll raise the car back up a little bit. And I think these are too small for it anyway, and these are just what were on the rims when off the other car. So I'm just going to get a thicker sidewall tire, and we're going to go from there, and hopefully it will work. But it's already pretty low to the ground, and I don't really want to get it any lower. I think it's like 5 inches off the ground at the lowest spot, which I know could go lower, but the exhaust sticks down way lower, which that's another thing that we need to fix. So as of right now, that's what we're going to be working on. So let's get this dash together, and when I put the dash back in, I want to get all the lights and like the amp meter, everything working on here. So that's my goal for this dash. So let's just get to work. I want to solder all of these wires together because there's a lot that are just ground, or like for the backlights, there's a lot of those that need to be in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this ground from the tachometer, since it's a nice long thick wire, and I'm going to solder all the grounds to it and then use heat shrink to seal them all off, and then I'm going to run this to the actual ground on the car. So that way it'll clean it up a little bit. And then we have all the other ones, like all the positives for the backlights can all be tied together as well. I guess that's not a backlight, but like positives on here and stuff. So we're gonna do that. And I bought a new soldering iron because my other one was only like 25 watt and just garbage. It actually couldn't get stuff hot enough to solder it. So I just went on Amazon and got this one. I think this is a 60 watt. Yes, 60 watt. And it has a bunch of different tips and other things that it came with. It was only, I want to say it was like 25 or 30 bucks. So hopefully this will work. I've never really, I've soldered before, but I haven't soldered a lot. So hopefully this will work, and let's see how it goes. First thing I did was I got this in here as a ground, so that will ground all of our gauges. This is for the turn signal, which is kind of a weird thing. This is backlight, which we don't really need because we have this as a backlight, so we can just plug right into this connector, and that should work as our backlight. So I'll probably just cut this wire off. And then we have a keyed positive, high beam light. That really should be about it. That should be all we need. So I just need to cut these ends off and crimp one of these onto each one, which is basically the same as this. So that's what I'm gonna do. That should be everything we need. Unfortunately, this is a nightmare because I have a temp gauge right here. Mechanical temp gauges and oil gauges are a pain in the butt. And this is the signal wire for the tach, so that needs to go into the engine bay as well. Now we just gotta hook up everything else. Just start out with what we got. High beam. This. Done. This is turn signal. And that hooks up, so the white is the negative. And then we have, let's see, this, no, not that. This is ground. So where's our ground? There's the ground. That up there. And then we need keyed positive, which is this one. And that will be the red wire. That. And then what else do we have? We have white, which is dash lights, which is this blue wire here. Hopefully this plugs right in, or else I'll have to put a new wire on here, but it should. Nope. Too loose. So, cut this wire and put a different end on it. Okay, so that will go here. Done. And I believe that is all of the wires. Black, white, red. Those are hooked up. High beam is hooked up. I think that's all the wires. So I need to hook this wire up, which is the GPS antenna. And then I also need the mechanical oil feed. Don't want to leave that not on there because that will make a mess. There's a couple million wires to dodge. Okay, that is tight. I think everything is hooked in, so let's just kind of set it back in here. Turn the key on. See, that came on. Turn the dash lights on. Those all light up. I don't know if I see this one. That one's on. Oh yeah, the needle is lit up on there. Sorry, that's the fuel pump running, but... Okay, so all that works. We could try the high beam switch. It's headlights on. High beam is on. Turn signals. Turn signals don't like to work when the engine's not running for some reason, so everything else seems to be working. Oh, you know what I forgot to hook up? I changed this out to a voltmeter and I forgot to hook that up to something. So that needs to actually be on the keyed ignition. So we're gonna have to tear this back apart. So I got this hooked up. So now when I turn the key on, you can see the voltage on there. This seems to be doing that. It said in the instructions it'll do this until it gets a GPS signal, and it said it could take anywhere from 30 to 45 seconds to get the signal. So these should work fine. The backlights work for them all, so that'll be nice to have when it's dark out. Backlights work on here. The needle on this is lighting up, but I don't think the rest of it is lighting up, so I'm not 100% sure. I did hook both of the backlights up for that, so I'm not sure. We'll have to see. It's really hard to tell, but I don't know. We'll see. So that's going to be all for this episode. Thank you for watching. And a little teaser of our next episode. I've decided to redo the floors in this. So I have ripped all the seats out, and you can see the floors are not in the best shape. And the big problem is this beam right here is actually the frame for the front part of the car. And as you can tell, there's not much holding that in there. Big reason I was doing this was when I was going to put the seat belts in, this has factory mounting spots for the front seats, not the back, but the front seats do. And you can see right here, that's where one of them is, and it's just completely rusted around it. And it's kind of the same with all of them. This one isn't as bad, and those two aren't bad. That one has some holes around it, but this one's terrible. And so I bought all new floors front to right about here on both sides. So, and that's what's in that box over there. So next episode, hopefully next episode, but one of the ones coming out, we'll be working on that. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time. I did forget one thing. To hook the tach up, all we have to do on the engine, there's actually a little terminal right here on this diagnostics port, and you just have to hook it right into that, and that will give the signal to the tach. So I just wanted to throw that in there real quick so you knew what to do. So thanks for watching.